Hey everybody, the scenery may look a little bit different right now, and I'm obviously wearing a different pack and gear. So I just wanted to make this video to let you know that I am right now off trail. I'm currently back home, and I'm currently hiking Peters Canyon. It's pretty crazy. I'm in a rip area, but I've never seen it this overgrown. I mean, this is usually dead and dry, and it is amazingly lush, overgrown. Most of the plants are, ooh, speaking of plants, check this little guy out. Pretty cool. Most of the plants are at least waist high to chest high. Very, very overgrown. Makes me worried because there was a fire that broke out a year or two ago and actually burned some homes in the area, and once it dries out, this is going to be, they're going to have to clear this like crazy. There's so much plant material that is going to dry up, and I mean, there's some spots where it's so high it's over my head, and it's just that wild grass and just weeds and crap. I mean, these right here, most of what's down here, as you see, that's really pretty. Really pretty. I almost walked right by that. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. So nice and lovely. You know, most of the plants down here, I'm on the creek path portion of the trail. Most of the plants down here are, you know, bigger trees or larger shrubs that will persist through the dry months. But anyways, back to the purpose of this video. I am off trail for at least a week. I got to Walker Pass about 650 something miles in, and actually, give me 1 second. I'm gonna pass by another hiker, so give me a second. Hold on.
Oh my god, he's so dirty.
Hi.
Hi.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's okay. That's all right. It's all good. It's all good. All right, some day hikers just went by. So anyways, sorry about the rough cut of this video, but got to Walker Pass about 650 something in, or 648, something like that. Basically 50 miles out from Kennedy Meadows, and there was some storms going through, and I just looked right now. As of today, there's either snow, sleet, or rain going through the Sierra pretty much every day for the next week. And so I'm at home resting up. My knees are actually kind of hurting, and doing this little hike, my knees are kind of in pain, so it's good to take the time off. I'll be icing later today, but there's nowhere to go. Everything north of the Sierra is still snowed in as well, and there's this event going on right now called an atmospheric river, where basically the weather, for lack of a better term, is sucking up moisture from the ocean and just dumping it on the mountains. So it soaks it up like a sponge, and then the clouds get squeezed against the mountains, and it just pours all over the place. They're saying that there's areas that in the next week will get the equivalent of 2 months worth of average rainfall. So I don't know if that's for this time of year, or, you know, peak months, you know, during the winter when they're getting a lot of rain or snow. So I mean, again, there's a lot of not over exaggeration, but I mean, it's very sensationalized. Everybody's kind of panicking about it. Problem is there's nowhere to flip up to, because everything in Oregon and Washington is still snowed in, and they're getting hit with this atmospheric river. So ooh, really pretty little creek. There's little crawdads and, oh, some tadpoles down in there. So there's just nowhere to flip to, so I went home. Man, everything is beautiful. I mean, just a little lizard with no tail. But look at this tree blowing snow-like cotton junk all over the place. Kind of cool. So there's nowhere to flip to. There's nowhere to go. And so I went home, and I'll be here for, like I said, a week, maybe 2 weeks. just to figure out a plan, where to go, how to get there. And you know, a lot of people are flipping up to Ashland, Oregon, and then coming south, but there's still a bunch of snow, and the snow, the further north you go, the lower elevations are covered, like 70 to 100% covered. So just hiking through it sucks. Finding the trail is more difficult. You're burning more energy, you're using more food, you've got to have your pack. Things take longer. So I'm hoping that I can just take this time off. I've already lost 20 pounds on trail, so maybe gain back another 2 to 5, and then just really kind of dial in my gear, dial in my food that I'll be eating, and then just plan out the rest of this trip. Maybe make some more boxes for the harder to resupply areas. But yeah, so for the next couple weeks I'm off trail. There's probably going to be a delay in some videos. It'll probably catch up to where I got off trail, and then there's probably going to be a hiatus for a week or two. Some more day hikers. I'm surprised it's Tuesday morning and there's a ton of people out here. Don't these people have jobs? Come on. Not everybody can be hiking the PCT like me. So anyways, just taking this time off, probably catching up with friends, and I got to see my brother yesterday and my grandpa, so spending time with family and friends, because once I get back out there I'm probably not coming off trail, at least not home, for the remainder of it. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. It's a bummer, but I think most everybody's in this position. It's not safe, the weather in the Sierra. You know, I'm worried about avalanches. I've been watching people who are out there who have mountaineering experience that I don't have, and there's people who've been buried in their tent for over 20 hours. There's people who are trying to do passes, but they're running out of food and energy. The wind is what really is concerning to me. Last time I was out there, there was wind advisories on my last 2 days of hiking. Sustained 25 to 35 mile an hour winds with gusts up to 65 plus. It just wasn't fun. Not that it's always going to be fun, but it was just too difficult, too dangerous. It was not only out of my comfort zone, it's out of my safety zone. And I'm not out there to get killed or, you know, lose a toe to frostbite or have to be treated for hypothermia and have, you know, organ failure or something. You know, it's just too dangerous. And it's a bummer, but this is a year of flexibility. It's an unprecedented year. The snow and rain along the trail is unlike any year previous. We've already beaten out 2017, which is the last record year. It's just wild out there, and so I'm doing what I think is the smartest thing, the safest thing, coming off, trying to stay active, keep my body in hiking condition as best I can, while allowing it to also rest and repair, regain some of that weight. But that's pretty much where I'm at right now, and as tough as it is, I know it's the right decision. I know that when I go back I'll be ready, and we'll get this thing done. So until next time, catch you in the next one.